Rooh-e-Muhammad, to the soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A question. शिराज़ा हुआ मिल्लत मरहूम का अबतर, अब तू ही बता तेरा मुसलमान किधर जाए. So, Ya Rooh-e-Muhammad, Ya soul of Prophet of Islam, your millat, your nation is in tatters. The nation that you laid foundation of with your own Mubarak hands, that nation, is in tatters. And everybody knows about it. Everybody knows about it. Even if you ask a person who has nothing to do with religion, nothing to do with a creator, he has never believed in any of such things. If you ask him, he knows that the nation of yours, the Muslims of today, they are divided. They are very divided. So in this situation, when there are so deep divisions, running among Muslims, so a very ordinary follower of yours who just wants to be a simple Muslim, who just wants to follow religion Islam, and who just wants to believe in a creator, the creator that has created everything in truth, this world of seen and unseen. And you introduced him and to all of humanity to this creator. So he just wants to believe in this creator, and then he wants to see the world, so he wants to see the world with the eyes, with the through the eyes of that creator. By that I mean that he wants to see the world, the beauty that lies in this world. So he wants to appreciate the beauty that's around. So he just wants to live a simple life, following the basic tenets of religion, and believing in humanity, and uh, finding ways of how to bridge those the differences, how to speak the language of love, that the language that you mastered, and through you others have learned about this language, the universal love, akhuwat, muhabbat. Okay, so this person, what should he do? He finds himself very tired, so he finds himself very tired. So what should he do? अब तू ही बता तेरा मुसलमान किधर जाए. वो लज्जत आशोब नहीं बहरे अरब में, पोशीदा जो है मुझ में, वो तूफान किधर जाए. The Arabian Sea that we have, there is, no one can throw a stone in that Arabian Sea, because it's going to create waves, and it's going to create ripples, and it can lead to it can disturb the balance, that so-called balance that the people over there, the rulers of that region, they have kind of created. So they own Arabian Sea, and they have created this perfect, they have placed lid on, so nobody can talk about anything. And those who try to speak, say a word, we have seen very recently what happens to them. So in this situation, if a person just wants to express himself, living in the Bahre Arab, in that region, or anywhere, he just wants to express himself, I mean, if a person in Umar radiallahu anhu, when he was caliph, any ordinary person can stand up to him and question him, that where did you get this extra cloth, because you are wearing something very fancy, very good, nice looking dress, and no one can afford that. So tell us, how did you get to tell us about about your resources, how did you make it? So any person, but in this world, you cannot do that. This is not possible in your in this nation, in Muslims, it is not possible. You cannot question anyone, the authorities. So what should, so if person has these thoughts, he wants to express himself, so what should he do? And especially living in your in those regions, in Muslim countries. हर चंद है बेकाफला और आहला ज़ाद, इसको हो बयाबां से खुदी खान किधर जाए. Yep, there we know, and I know, and all of us know that, this is we Muslims are just like a herd, so, and this herd is uncontrolled. There is no one, who can represent Muslims, okay, who can guide Muslims, who can be a true leader, who can be Imam of this time. So there is not a single person, who can say this, or who has the ability or capability to lead, this herd. I'll call it herd because we are directionless people going in all 1 billion different directions, the number of Muslims that are there in different directions. In this situation, there is this person whose job was to ring this bell, whenever there was a caravan in old times, so they used to depart, so there was this person who used to ring this bell that it's time to leave. So this person has only learned to ring this bell. He does not know any other fun, he doesn't have any other talent, so his talent is only to ring this bell. So what should he do then? Everybody's running around in 1.2 billion different directions, so what should he do? इस राज को अब फाश करे रूह मोहम्मद, आयात इलाही का निगहबान किधर जाए. So please, this if this is a secret, and if there is something, there is a purpose behind it, there is something hidden which an ordinary person cannot understand, a soul of Prophet of Islam, please reveal this to us. Give us some hint, give us some idea that a person who just reads Quran and just follow directions, very simple directions. There is all goodness, you talk about, everything is about goodness, so if he just wants to believe in it, and he just wants to protect the meanings, so there are words and there are meanings, and there are people who quote them differently, who give them their own meanings, okay, and these people are, and they unfortunately, they also call them religious people, so they are unfortunately the one who represent Islam. So in this situation, a person who just wants to protect the meanings that he has understood, so what should he do? So in simple words, he just wants to live a life very simple, believing in a creator, and the creator that you introduced him to, and all of us, human beings. So you introduce us to a creator who is Allah Ta'ala, so this creator has created everything. So in this situation where we are so much divided, and so what should a very common man do? You know everything, you know the meanings, why we are in this situation, and how can we get out of this situation. Help us with that, Ya Rooh-e-Muhammad.